All right, see if we can get this thing off of there with ramps and everything. That'd be interesting. Okay. Got to set the brake. Brakes on. Okay. Let me get a wet butt. So, see if it's got brakes. Now it doesn't get the brakes down. It's got brakes. That didn't sound good. I'm floored. That was golf cart mode. Try high speed. High speed. Yeah, they're not much battery. Okay. Reminds me to set the brake. Okay, so next, I mean, it drove enough to get it off the trailer. That's all a person can hope for. I think what we're gonna do next is I'm gonna go grab a voltmeter. We're gonna go battery to battery to battery and see which batteries need help. And that's just because I'm gonna go look for batteries. I don't know that I can get 6 today, even whatever. I may order something to get best price. So if I check which ones need the most help, I can get the big battery charger out here and boil a couple of them if needed. So let me grab a voltmeter. I'll be right back. One of you remember these voltage readings, and we'll remember which ones we need to assist. All right, volts, DC. Go into this top battery first. Hang on there. 12.56. That's a good battery. Negative on this side. 12.1. Okay, it's an okay battery. See, we're getting there. Now then, oh, come over here. Don't be shy. Take the seat off again. I'm gonna buzz in front of you here. It's the date on that bottom of that seat, 12/19/02. Whatever that means. Okay, we're checking this one. I don't think this one's going to be much good because of the state of the charger. Checking the battery. Whoa, 12.4. That's not so bad, okay? Check the next one. 12.4. Okay, I'm going to go around. Can't see. 11.7, okay, not so good. 12.6, best battery in the fleet. Okay, now let's do this. Plug this in. Okay, remember there's two chargers on this thing. There's the 72-volt charger, and then there's the two 3-pack individual battery chargers. So I'm going to plug the 72-volt charger in with the cord, and we're going to make sure that charger works. Okay, here we go. All right, here's the cord. You got to have the batteries turned on for this to work. Okay, so it's plugged in. We're going to check voltage and make sure that that charger is functioning. I don't hear anything. I also don't see any indicators. Not that I know there is one, I just don't see any. No, 12.6. So that charger's not working. Nope. Is not working. So we're gonna plug in these bad boys. It's got two cords. I got a plug strip. That charger's up in here. We'll have a look at it soon. Okay. Now let's voltmeter them again. This was 12.6, best battery. 12.6 still. It should be 13.5. What's up? This one's blinking green, and that's what it was doing yesterday. And it's all it's doing. I suspect there may be an issue with that. Because I don't think there's anything seriously wrong with those batteries, other than right now, none of that's charging. That's also telling me a story. So the guy said, this guy's got a nice piece of property on a lake on this property. He said this thing would do 3 or 4 laps around the lake, and that's all it would do, and they'd park it and charge it. If that charger was never charging those batteries, those batteries never played a key role in this vehicle's functionality. Let's see if this side is charging. Yeah, 13.1. Next. 12.4. So that charger's probably doing those three. This charger's probably doing this one and the two up front. Let's take a look. At least we'll know what's going on here and where to go from here. Yeah, 13.4. 14.4. Okay. So these two and the one on the far passenger side are on the working charger. These three, however, have issues. I don't know what they are, but let me let's peek real quick. Does all these leads have fuses? I mean, you always start somewhere simple. Let's look at fuses. I can get them open. You didn't know you could check the voltage right through the top of the fuses. There's a couple of open spaces in the plastic there that you can get a voltmeter onto. If you can read the voltmeter on the non-battery side of the fuse towards the charger on the wire, I can get them. I need like one more hand. I'm not sure. Or we can get them out of there. Let me grab the pliers and we'll check them individually. Alright. I checked the first one, it was okay. Got the second one in my hand. It's good. Open lead. Its continuity exists. So, he's good. Charger, maybe not so good. Okay, well, I'm gonna fiddle with this for a bit. Alright guys, more progress actually. So I pulled the dash cover off. By the way, there's two bolts that go through the front. One was missing, one was still there. I was trying to force it off. But anyway, we got it. Yeah, the bolts come through from under the hood there. Controller there. Apparently no issues with it. I'm just looking. And then this is the 72 volt charger that we couldn't get to work a bit ago. But I opened this up and this green wire here, I think it's on the AC side, was unplugged. So I blew it off, plugged it back in, plugged it in, and we got 81 volts coming out of the charger. I unplugged all of these chargers and plugged in the 72 volt onboard charger. checked with a voltmeter, 13.5 volts, 13.5 volts, 13.5 volts. We're good. So 72 volt charger is working. We'll use it for now while we try to figure out what's up with the 12 volt triple charger. I guess that's what we'll call it. Yeah, we'll let these things charge up, kind of even out a little bit, and I'll go look at batteries for a sec, and we'll come back, go from there. All right, but still making progress. There's not a lot left to deal with. If I had a set of batteries, boy, it would be in like Flynn. So these batteries are a little bit larger. I mean, if I get a Group 27 RV battery, they're not going to be this big. So I'm still toying with that. I would feel bad if my lithium battery deal didn't go through, or I didn't feel confident I could pull off what they would require of me going forward. So I need to take this a little bit slowly, but anyway, I'm gonna go look again at batteries, and we'll let this thing charge for a minute, and we'll come back and we'll try to take this for a ride. By the way, that charger is 12 amps. The onboard charger, 72 volt nominal at 12 amps. All right. Progress, boys and girls, progress. I might try to pull this thing off, that rack off. I just want to see it without it. I don't want to kill myself. All right, here we go. I'm back from looking at batteries. Oh, I was going to take this for a drive, and I realized this thing isn't sitting there because I pulled it up. Hang on, let me see if I can put it back. Sit here and listen to the noise. There's one side. The other side. Hopefully it don't fall off because it's heavier than I want to lift. Okay. Let's take it for a drive. It ain't going to go very far very fast. And I hope if I get down the driveway, I can get back. Okay. I did play with it a second ago. Like the accelerator didn't come back or something. That means keys in it, and you didn't turn the brake on. Kind of deal. Okay. Forward. Oh, we're floored. We're in high gear too. Okay, that might be as far as we can go. Let's see, back it up. That's about all we're gonna get, boys and girls. We are floored. Alright, let's do some testing now that we've apparently run the batteries clear to 0, because it won't move now. Yet the meter says 99, but then I don't know how those work. We got enough return signals. Alright, I'm gonna grab a meter. Alright, I got 1205 on the most forward. Okay, I think we're still in gear here. $11.50. Almost like it's going better than it was a minute ago. Reverse. again brakes. It's awesome. Forward, reverse, crawling. So yeah, there's no question about what we got going on here. Thinking that might go further, but some of the batteries would be worse off than others. Okay, that just lets us know what we needed to know. So I got some decisions to make. So the Group 31 batteries are, at least the interstate batteries at Costco, they are $130, and the Group 27 RV are 120. So yeah, I need to find the spec on the Group 31 and need to see what my other options are. So I'm going to go sit down on the computer for a minute and I'll come back and tell you what I'm going to do. They have 5 of the 6 batteries I need. If I go Group 31 at our local Costco, I can drive a half an hour north and get the other one, I'm sure. So I'll be back. All right, I backed this thing around to the back of the shop. It went 3/4 of the way on its own power, and that was that. So I'm going to just do a quick walkthrough how these batteries are in here, both for my edification and in case one of y'all get one of these and you need to know how the batteries are done. Here we go. Okay, we are on the driver's side, left side, as it will. We have ground positive, jumper from positive to ground, positive, and these wires take off to the front batteries. Excuse me. The negative takes off towards the front battery to the positive of one of the front batteries. Then the other wire is the jumper to that set of batteries, negative, positive. Positive, negative. And then that other wire right there, that positive, goes forward to the front 2 batteries. So this is the positive, the battery closest to the firewall. Negative, closest to the firewall, driver's side. Forward, positive post. Forward, passenger side, negative post. Okay, facing the windshield. That's what you got. All right, I'm gonna get these out of here. Go get some batteries. All right, boys and girls, here they are. I told Costco one of you guys is gonna come up and pay for these, so that'd be great. Yeah, enough power there to start the world. Anyway, I was going to show you just how, like, all the pine needles and such. I mean, the picture that, I think I mentioned this, the picture that they used for the ad, the whole bed of this thing was just full of pine needles and stuff. So I'm sure they blasted off the outside. It's kind of the inside. I don't know how this stuff got in there. Storms, I guess. Not so bad here, but anyway, I got to get all that cleaned up before we put batteries back in on it. Got some nuts still down in there that I didn't drop. They've been in there for that battery cycle. And we'll get these batteries in. That battery on that side is a pain. I finally had to rope it in, bring it in vertically, horizontally. I don't know. However you turn the battery where the side is down and the other side is up, and I tied it to a rope and pulled it up through this smaller hole. So I think somebody made this little rod that turns on and off the switch, comes through a hole out front. I'm gonna kind of address it a little bit, make it a little nicer, but anyway, let me get all this stuff cleaned up, and we'll get these batteries set in there. My back is just about done for the day. I hope I can get these set in. Now, these batteries are some kind of heavy. Okay, I did a lot of researching and pricing, and these are actually only $10 more than a Group 27 Deep Cycle. These are what was in it, and it is what was recommended on the GEM forum on Facebook. And I've seen elsewhere in other research that I've done on these vehicles at Group 31s, so that's the deal. But batteries is changing. They're going all to AGM, so things are changing, price will go up, you know, that kind of thing. So I just said, you know what, let's get it done, make this thing happen. So getting it done. I'm going to put the batteries in. I get this thing cleaned up, then I'll bring it back. We'll get them hooked up, maybe take it for a putt. Here we go. Boys and girls, I just been cleaning, kind of forgot about you guys. Got the batteries, had to run 35 minutes north to get one, and 5 of them here in town. These are Group 31s. So yeah, got the 2 going in here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more, and got this all cleaned up in here. So yeah, I'm gonna get these in, and then I'll start hooking them up if my back will allow it. Because gotta tell you, these things are pretty heavy, and my back's pretty shot. So here we go. I'm gonna break in here and show you this little mess before I cover it up. Yeah, really corroded battery terminals. Yeah, I've got the drill and the wire brush out here getting everything all cleaned up. Even the charger leads are a mess, really. So yeah, you can see I've got them all cleaned it up, and we'll put some weasel squeezle on them or something there before we're all said and done. So getting everything laid out. I haven't even put the charger leads on yet, so we're just taking this slow, and it's kind of how you got to do it. If you see something that's not cool, make it cool. All right, don't get in a hurry. Well, boys and girls, guess what? I got the batteries in. Yes, I did. Sorry, I just got to it and kept at it, and sure enough, she works. I've sorted out some things with the battery chargers. I'll cover that with you a little bit when we're not standing here at Burger King. But yeah, I've been driving it. Drove it to father-in-law's house, drove it home, drove it to lunch, obviously. Got a couple of quick stops to make, and then back to the barn, and we'll kind of make a little punch list. I want to get tires and wheels coming for it. I've got to decide what that looks like. I don't know just yet. Both my wife and my brother-in-law says we got to put some racks on this thing. I totally agree. Some wood racks. We got some bolt holes here to bolt that too. So probably separate video or no video at all. But she runs, she drives, she stops, she steers, makes a few weird noises. Kind of sorting that out, or it'll probably sort itself out. But we're getting there. All right, we'll close this out back at the barn. Here we go. Well, boys and girls, I've been to Lowe's, I've been to lunch. I went, while I was at Lowe's, I looked into making another key for this. And they didn't have the blank and such. So actually I had 2 machines. Neither one could deal with the copy of a key, which I thought was weird. I thought these things used a cheap ignition. So I went to what we have called Swanson Lock and Key, and they've been around here for 50 plus years, and they can make keys. When you go to one and you can't get a key made, you just go to Swanson. That's it, and you just get it done. And I took this to Swanson. He took one look at that key. He goes, "We can't make that key." And I go, "What?" I said, "This is a little GEM electric car. I mean, they use, you know, whatever somebody's got on the shelf, I'm sure." He goes, "No, that is a restricted key something on the order of like a government agency or, high security company, that kind of thing. You want to say hi to my dog? Not my dog, it's my neighbor's dog. Easy to go, boys. If I put my hand up on the fence, he'll jump up on the fence. Hey, buddy. How are you, bud? You want to be on camera? Say hi, everybody. Say, yeah, I'm a good boy. All right. He is a good boy. If somebody comes on the property that he didn't recognize, he barks. Doesn't get better than that. Okay, so back to this thing. Chargers. So anyway, I can't get a key. I kind of think it's cool. I don't know who owned this thing originally, but I'm going to say it was government. That's what I'm going to say. So there, that's my proof. My brother-in-law was over this morning to help me pick that rack off of it. It was already unbolted. We had to strap it down so it didn't fall off on the way home. But it leaves these two holes here. In here, and my brother-in-law this morning goes, you should make like wood sideboards for this thing. And I go, yeah, you're right. That'd look good. Just up about yay high or something. And then I drove this home. And my wife and I took it for a drive, and then she wanted to drive it, so she took it for a drive, and she likes it. So yeah, we're trying to figure out what the future of this thing is. But that's why I was trying to make a copy of the key so she could have a copy of it. And she said, we need to make racks for this thing so we can take it grocery shopping. And I go, yeah, that's what Mike said. So anyway, we'll look into that. I got tons of wood around here. Okay, back to the charger. So the 72 volt charger is under here. I had the dash off of it, but I put the dash back on just to make it look finished and keep the rain out, whatever. But it's broke right through here, so I'm gonna epoxy that like now, and that'll get done. That 72 volt charger, after I spent an hour testing it, trying to figure out what's up with it, it plugs in the bottom of it, which is kind of buried underneath. It's in the middle there, with a computer cord, the female end of a computer cord. So I grabbed a computer cord and plugged it in, and it flashes a light up here. Amber and green, amber and green, amber and green, and it makes buzzing noises. So there's something wrong with it. Doesn't work, doesn't charge, and makes obnoxious noises and flashes that light, which is probably why somebody put these in. Okay, these work. One of them works. One of the light comes on and it just flashes. It's got a problem. I don't know what it is. But it had the same problem with the old batteries, same problem with the new batteries. It's got issues. So I went on Amazon, found it, ordered one. So it's coming. But the other one worked. It is a kind of a smart charger, and let me get you a close-up here. Kind of a smart charger. Lights come on. Charges at different levels. I put a voltmeter on it, so the batteries were like at 12.6, and then when this charger's working on its lowest setting, like a trickle charge, it's like 12.8, 12.9, something like that. But I've got the batteries run down to like 50% right now, so I'm going to plug those in. I've got a 24 volt charger I'll put on these two batteries, and then try to get it out of the rain. It's an expensive charger. And get these batteries charged back up. That other charger will be here in the morning. Okay. And then I got to figure out what I want to do for tires and wheels. This one was flat when we picked this thing up, so I took a tire off the miles and put it on to get it home, get it on the trailer. And then I replaced the valve stem on this, which is what was wrong with it. And then I see there's a screw in it. When I stopped a little bit ago, I don't see it right now. It must be on the downward side. But so it's not long for this world, but I'm sure those are original to the vehicle. Time for something different and new. I'll figure that out, hopefully today. So I think that's it, guys. Picked this thing up. I paid $1,750 for it. I've got $130 times 6 batteries, so that's $390, $780, so $800 in batteries. And that's not horrible, because 8 6-volt batteries for a 48 volt 6-volt configurations, more than that, so I guess it's okay. So pretty good. Been driving the heck out of it, actually. Took my father-in-law, brother-in-law for a little ride and running around here just a little bit, then drove it home and drove it to my father-in-law's house, and then went back home, picked up my wife. We went for a drive. She went for a drive. Then I've been to lunch and been to a few stores and stuff. And I've been hammering it. It's just wide open. Did I tell you? It goes 31. It goes 31 miles an hour. It does do some surging, but it's getting better. But hey, it's been set up for 4 years or whatever, so I would imagine it has a few issues that'll probably get better as we drive it. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with my little purchase. We'll probably be in this thing $3,000 or a little more. By the time wheels and tires are done, I think it's worth $6,500, something like that. That's what I think it's worth. So as long as it's worth more in a minute, I'm good with it. Am I going to sell it? I don't know. I don't think so. At least not right now. Let's play with it for a while. Maybe we'll learn to like it. Maybe the wife likes it. I don't know. There's nothing wrong having 13 vehicles. There just isn't. I keep telling myself that. And my Miles truck, I know I talked about it a little bit. Also 72 volt vehicle. The controller's in to a guy in Illinois for repair. Watch that video if you need to know more information on it. But the repair's done and it's on its way back. They shipped it yesterday. So the Miles should be back on the road soon. I was putting headlight bulbs and stuff in it. I need to finish that up maybe tomorrow and get this thing ready for its new controller and put the aluminum wheels on. See, it had those steel wheels on it. Yuck. They're really hard to find 13-inch 4 on 100mm wheels, but that's what I found. I cleaned them up a little bit, re-cleared them, put new tires on. There we go. That's what I got. It looks okay. Looks better than what it was. All right, guys, that's going to do it. Thanks for watching. Please give it a thumbs up on the way out. Helps other people see this video. I make these videos for absolutely for free, and all I get out of it is a fraction of a penny when somebody watches it. If you give it a thumbs up, maybe 2 more people will watch it, and I'll get a slightly bigger fraction of a penny. Okay? Awesome. Guys, thanks again. We'll see you on the next video.